All right, episode 2. Let's talk bikes. We are back here at Pit Race. Got a little bit of downtime since it's pretty chilly this morning, so I'm going to take you through my bike and the modifications done to it that allow me to ride. And hopefully we'll get to talk to some of my teammates too and check out their bikes as well. All right, so this is a 2015 Kawasaki Ninja 650. I raced this bike in the twins classes, so primarily against Aprilia RS 660s, Suzuki SD 650s, and similar bikes like that. And of course, this has been modified, so I am able to ride this without the use of my lower body. So let's check it out. I'll do a little roll around for you, and then we'll talk about some of the modifications. Alright, so the first couple things I'll go over are basically the hand controls. As you know, most motorcycles have 2-foot controls. The left foot is for the shifter, the right foot is for the rear brake, and for my setup I've relocated both of those to the left handlebar. So you can see here, my left handlebar has 2 levers. The bottom one is the clutch. The top one is the rear brake, and this is just a scooter style handbrake kit. A lot of stunt riders use something similar to this. It's a very easy, very cheap modification to make, and this has the lever in the master cylinder right here, and then one long brake line that goes all the way directly to the rear caliper, and so that allows deletion of the foot lever, and yeah, it's a very simple but effective setup. As far as the shifter, I have a system from a company called ProShift. They're based in the UK. They make kits that are all electric, and you see the cylinder here, that's just a solenoid that pushes and pulls. It's just a solenoid that pushes and pulls the foot lever for me. Obviously there's some tweaks in the setup. You have to get the travel really precise on these in order for them to work properly. And so flipping the existing foot lever up 90 degrees and then mounting this the way that I did turned out to be the best, most reliable setup. And so this solenoid is wired to the battery, and then it's also wired to the switch on the left handlebar. Green is up, red is down, and that controls that solenoid and allows me to up and down shift. I do have a quick shifter installed on this bike. You can see the little sensor at the base of the foot lever. That's a kit that's made by Heel Tech, so that allows me to upshift without using the clutch. I do still have to use the clutch to downshift, but I've been able to get the technique down to where it's one fluid motion. I also have a slipper clutch in this bike, which makes downshifting a lot easier. Other than that, everything else on the handlebars is pretty normal. So let's go towards the rear of the bike. I'll show you this custom seat that I have made. So this is basically the stock seat, but it's reupholstered and also with these kind of wings added to help prevent me from moving side to side. That is a problem I do have sometimes it's hard to stay centered on the seat. If I'm leaning really far into some turns or if I'm going over bumps, sometimes my butt gets off-centered and makes turning the other direction a little bit tricky. So this custom seat helps me stay centered. And then this here is an abdominal binder. I showed this in my last video a little bit. I wrap this around my thighs once I'm on the bike, and that keeps my legs tight against this gas tank here. and prevents them from moving around too much while I'm on track. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is my boot setup and how I keep my feet in place. So, my boots, this is just a standard Dying Easy boot. You know, you can buy these off the shelf. But I did modify them with 2 magnets at the bottom of the boot. A couple holes, use T-nuts inside, and then just a couple, I believe these are M5 or M6, just machine screws to place. And those go into these foot plates, which I custom made these myself. 3D printed these, and then attach magnets to the plate itself, and then these just bolt on. A little bottom piece and a couple bolts and lock washers there. Onto a standard set of wood track rear sets. So when I get on the bike, once I'm on the seat, then I'll have someone pop my feet into place, and it's just kind of snaps in just like that with those magnets. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Couple other small items that I'll mention. I do have this pad on the gas tank, and this is really just for positioning. Help me sit and stay a little bit further back in the seat. Makes these wings on the custom seat a little more effective. It helps keep me centered a little bit better. The other modification that I have that I've found helpful are these APEX bar risers. This is actually a front end from a Kawasaki ZX6R that I swapped on to this 650. And a normal set of clip-ons with this would be quite low. And you know, with no lower body use and limited core strength, that a lot of the pressure while riding goes through my arms, and so having these bar risers from Apex Manufacturing really help put my hands in a more comfortable position and try to keep a little bit of pressure off of my forearms. Yeah, that is me too. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah. So. All right. We got Tony Pitcock here and his Aprilia RS660. Tony is one of my TBEX USA racing teammates and is also has a spinal cord injury pretty similar to mine, although we have slightly different setups. So I'll have Tony talk over his bike, and yeah, let's check it out. Take it away.
Yep. This was originally just an original RS660, converted for track bike. For foot pegs, I have magnets on the bottom of my boots. I also have magnets on the foot pegs themselves, and it holds it pretty nicely. Shifting, I have upshift, downshift buttons. I have mine separated so I can back brake while I downshift. So I can downshift while I'm on the back brake. My clutch is normal, my front brake is normal, throttle's normal. And my shifter, I use a Translogic right here, mounted to a bracket, bolted directly to the shift lever there. Seems to work pretty good. And to hold me on the bike, I have a strap here that I use, goes around my legs, holds my knees together. I do have a little Velcro on the tank here. I have Velcro on the inside of my knees that kind of holds my knees together. And then to help me stay up on the bike and take some pressure off my hands, I got a little pad there that I use to just take some pressure off my hands. Everything else is pretty much the way a normal bike is. Front brake, throttle, of course physics limits kind of what we can do in the cars and stuff like that, but we make it happen.
We make it happen. Thanks a lot, Tony.